Alright, what's going on, guys? I know I just uploaded a video within the last 24 hours talking about the Algaefix by API. So that video was actually shot maybe 6 or so days ago, and I just did my first water change. But even without the water change, the Algaefix has done a miraculous job at getting rid of the green hair algae. So if you want to take a look just at this rock, for example here, the algae that I haven't gone actually back and plucked off just because it's a little hassle with this kind of rock here, it's actually all white and it's very easily scraped off. What I do still have are the bubbles. You know, they kind of burst open. I don't know, I think that's how they, some kind of different algae, bubble algae. But it's definitely only been 6 days, but the water quality, the column of the water is more clear. The rocks are less covered, especially the corals, for example. These zoas here used to be covered in it, but you know, the rosses are nice and clear to their light source, so that's good for them. Overall, the glass actually has less. Keep in mind I scraped this yesterday, but even without the scraping, before I did the Algaefix a week ago, at the end of my 7 days before I went back to do a water change, I could not see into the tank hardly. So with the Algaefix, 6 or 7 days in, I was able to still see through my entire water column and out the other end of the tank, with me still getting this kind of green algae stuck to the glass. But I think it's definitely residual, like it was there because it had already attached and grew onto the glass. So I haven't gone back to actually wipe everything off, but you can see even these are white. It's kind of hard to tell, but the fish are doing great. They haven't been affected by it. The corals have not been affected by it. My lights only just recently turned on. That's why, you know, the things that are normally open, like the cherry blast so there to the right, aren't that open yet, but I'm sure they will open up here within the next hour. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick 1 week checkup on my tank. Let me zoom out for you here. Even the Simba rock here on the right still got some algae because I never went back to pluck it, but it looks a lot better. You can tell here white versus green. Green, you know, that the medication hasn't really gotten to that location yet, but I just, you know, if I had to guess, is because it's really dense there and I haven't really gone in and plucked any off. But look at the back end of this rock. I didn't even have to pluck. I really just scraped with algae scrubber brush, or not even an algae scrubber brush, just a sponge. Let me show you guys. Just one of these scrub brushes. So that's all I did to the glass and to the back of the rocks, or the rocks wherever the corals are. And it actually did a really good job. Look at this. Even the floor, what I'm more pleased about is I have not touched the sand in 6 days, and yet the areas that are white are still white. So there's that little red algae bloom that happened to me last time I used this product, but I'm okay with that because it's nothing too crazy. And I had actually gone maybe a week and 2 days or so, maybe 9 days from when I did my last water change to when I did it now. I didn't read anything on the bottle that told me, you know, hey, don't do water changes just because, you know, you might shorten the dosage to your tank. So what I ended up doing instead was just going, let me think, about 3 or 4 doses, 3 days apart. So about 9 days, we'll say, before I finally decided to do the water change yesterday. But corals are doing okay. The softies and even the SPS don't seem to be being affected by it. But everybody's doing good. Dog is doing good. Hey, doggo. Yeah, good boy. But yeah, clownfish I've been chilling. Where's the other one? There it is. The other one's to the left. But yeah, all is doing well. Just gonna give this another 1 week. I'll give you guys a 2-week update here, and we will continue to go from there. If you did notice, I did move up the I believe this is the, I can never remember because they're both dead skeletons now, but I think this is my frog spawn. But you can see it's very hard with this camera to tell, but you see on the right head and the left head closest to us, you see the new heads are actually growing on it. Just kind of, let me zoom out, maybe it'll become more clear, but you see them, there's a number of them center screen right now, so that's pretty neat. I'm excited for that. I moved it back up just for the light. So, all in all, everybody's doing good. Heck, for once, even my torches are doing good. Look at that. They're loving life. Loving life. And the ACAN down here is actually getting a 3rd head now. So, this thing is going to be growing really fast from now, because once you start getting a couple heads, you know, you start duplicating even faster. So, just like this, gosh, I can't believe how many mushroom heads I have on here. The red speckled mushrooms in the back have grown ridiculously. And they're having a nice war there with GSP. So we'll see who ends up the winner. But man, this fish is growing right here. What a beast. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do next for my tank, besides continuing the algae fix, I need to go out and start getting some more cleanup crew. Like, I think I've lost my cleanup crew in the past year to where I only have probably 2. I'm not even under exaggerating, like 2 hermit crabs. I think they're both blue actually. So gotta go get a whole lot more, because they say 1 for every gallon. There's 90 in here, so I'm trying my best not to overfeed the tank. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe 10 at minimum is a good starting point. I just don't want to throw them in here, because what's happened in the past is they either I was dumb and I dripped them wrong, which happened with the green emerald crabs, which I was very sad to lose, or they're just not finding food, you know, because the green emerald crabs, when I put them in, they died 4-5 days later, but they all died around the same time. So I don't know if they all starved or if it was dripped, but next time I put in crabs or something, for sure I'm going to try and put a little bit of excess food in the tank without throwing off the phosphates too much. That way they can find something to eat. But look at this lantern. Oh, good time for, we should just call it the Halloween lantern. It's that time of season. But yeah, it's starting to grow well over my green SPS here. Man, I'm forgetting all the names, guys. I'm sorry. I've been so busy in life. I've lost my edge on my names for my own corals. Never thought that would happen. But I'll look up the names next video and give you guys a big update on all that. But yeah, that's that. Happy. Still haven't, like I said last time, I haven't changed the lights or anything. So hopefully all is well, and we will see less of the bubble algae like back here, and we'll get some more coral in here. Ron, again, he invited me to come frag his tank with him. Whenever that happens, I'll definitely have a huge tank update with a lot of new coral in here, and we'll kind of bring some more life to this tank. I don't know if I want to add another fish. I'm happy with the fish. I think maybe this tank, you know, is big enough for possibly one of the decorative shrimps or something of that manner. But there's my Lone Ranger, one of 2 over there in the back. You can see him trying his best to do his job. So yeah. Alright guys, if you have any questions, as always, hit me up. Been a little dead, and y'all have been a little independent on your tank, so I hope everything's going well for you guys. And if you're new watching the video, you know, it's just kind of casual channel at this point. Used to do a lot more vigorous updates, but it's kind of hard with an established tank. So, alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If y'all need anything, hit me up, and y'all have a good one. Peace.